If you want to be more efficient and effective while running your business with more inner peace, then working on the core of your issues instead of putting on a band-aid is vital. Welcome to the Business Brain Podcast.
I'm your host, Esty Rapport, and here to help you improve your 28 cognitive functions, the 28 things that make up thinking. In each episode, we'll discuss a real-life challenge, why you might be struggling with it, and give you practical strategies so all areas of your life will improve.
Do you ever feel like you're wasting way too much time planning, prepping, cooking your food? It's like literally taking time out of your business, time where you could be focused on doing more important things. Maybe you tried meal prepping before, but it hasn't worked for you. We are going to change that. Easy meal prep to give you more time to focus on your business or the things you love to do. That is coming up next on the Business Brain Podcast, episode 412. But first, which one of your cognitive functions is the strongest? Which ones need some help? Find out by taking the cognitive function assessment at lifecoachuniversity.com/CF. It's like PIX, PIX, university.com/CF. Now, for today's real life challenge, imagine you glance at the bottom of your screen and you notice you've got to pick up your kids in 10 minutes. Where did all the time go? Your kids are going to come home starving and get filled up in junk and then no dinner. Is there a way you can throw together something now so that way by the time they get home, there's food prepared? You might be struggling with this if you have a weak cognitive function of having a need to make a plan or categorizations. You see, thinking is not one big thing. Thinking is made up of 28 parts called cognitive functions. In order to do almost any activity, including meal planning, you need to use multiple cognitive functions. And in this case, the two main ones will be having the need to make a plan and categorization. Having a need to make a plan is exactly what it sounds like. Why should you plan and prepare your meals? What benefit is it going to give you? If your brain doesn't have a good enough reason why, it is not going to do it no matter how easy it is. Okay, we have need that motivation first, no matter how easy it is. If your brain doesn't see the reason why, it just won't do it. So grab a pen and paper, open a new Google Doc, and start jotting down reasons. Why should you meal prep? It saves time, it saves money, you're healthier, you always have food on hand. What is it for you? Got good reasons? Good. Now we're ready to take actions. You'll probably want to meal prep using categorizations in both directions. Categorizations is you can either take a big group and divide it into small groups, or you can take small groups and put it together into a big group. Okay, so we're going to use categorizations both ways with our 6-step process. So step number 1, choose 1 or 2 bases. This is going to be your big group for categorizations that you will use every day. Is it chicken? Is it salmon? Maybe beef or chickpeas? What is it for you? 1 or 2 big bases, big thing that we're going to afterwards split into every day of the week. Then number 2, decide on recipes for each day based on these bases, right? Splitting them into group. As you get better at this, you'll start finding and collecting recipes that use more of the similar ingredients. So more of the recipes will have the same ingredients, like fried onions or roasted potatoes, or more ways that you can group. Okay, so you have your recipes. And now we're going to get up to step number 3. You're going to create your shopping lists based on your recipes. Once again, when you write your shopping list, you'll want to group them according to the areas in the store. Number 4, create 1 day a week to go shopping. Set every, let's say Sunday or Tuesday, or 1 day a week where you're going to go shopping, and then 1 day a week to cook. Some people like to do it on the same day and some people like to do it in different. But now when you're cooking, you are going to cook in your groups. 4 days need beef, so you're making your beef once and then you're splitting it. 1 day it's with macaroni, and 1 day it's with rice, and 1 day it is with tacos. But you get to make the beef once and split it into different groups just like categorizing in a smaller way, right? And like we said, if you have additional things, then you could do more of them, like all of them need fried onions, or even just 2 out of the 3 of them need fried onions. So you can fry onions once and do it for both days. Okay, and then step number 6 is store the food according to day. It will be a lot easier if when you cook them, you right away just store it for a day. So that way when Tuesday comes, you don't have to take everything out and put everything back. Just take out what you need for that day. Another option you can do, if this sounds a little bit complicating, it is going to be because you have a weak cognitive function of categorizations, or some other cognitive functions of planning and time that making it challenging for you to do this. So another option, a little bit easier option, where it doesn't give you as much benefits, but it's much better than not planning at all, is every time you cook for 2 or 3 times the amount that you need, and right away freeze the extras. That way you have in stock for days that you realize your kids are coming home in 10 minutes. Now, you are not required to do what I just shared. Personally, meal prepping is something that I do depending on the season I'm in. I don't always meal prep. Depends what's happening in my life and depends what is going on. However, if you are resenting what I just shared, I want you to take that as a sign. If you're like, this doesn't work, this is crazy, this is way too hard, I want you to think about, why are you resenting it? Are you even seeing it as a way to do even more work? Like, this is way too challenging. Are you saying you can't do this? Are you saying it's easier to figure it out as you go along? All of those comments or any other voices in your brain are a sign of a weak cognitive functions. And I want to help you figure out why you're having that. You don't have to meal prep my way, but you have to understand that if you are resenting it and not even struggling to see how maybe it will help, you got some weak cognitive functions. So if you want me to help you figure out which weak cognitive functions are making this really challenging for you, then just DM me on Instagram at Life Picks University or LinkedIn as SD Rappaport, and we will figure this out together. Today we spoke about meal prepping, a topic not directly related to business, but affects many hours of our week and could be taking away time from business or the things we love to do. To do meal prepping right, you need to have a strong cognitive function of having a need to make a plan and categorizations. So start by asking yourself why you should even meal prep. Give yourself that motivation, and then follow the 6-step plan to meal prepping. Choose 1 or 2 bases that you'll use in all of the meals. Find recipes for each day of the week based on those bases. Better yet, if there's even more similar ingredients. Number 3, create your shopping list. Number 4, shop or order on Instacart. Number 5, cook. And number 6, store it according to day. Your challenge this week is just to start by writing down why you should want to meal prep. And then, if you can, and challenge yourself even more, then try meal prepping for the next week. Have an awesome rest of your day and go enjoy your yum food.
That's all for this episode of the Business Brain Podcast. If you enjoyed it, please share it with 2 of your business friends so they too can gain from it, and you'll be helping us reach our goal of 1 million downloads by the end of 2025. Cheers to peak brain performance.